What's up guys, Mike here, and today we are going to be talking about the Steve Nash era Phoenix Suns. Now these Phoenix Suns were famous for their run and gun style and their 7 seconds or less offense, and they certainly put up points and highlights, but what they could never fully get accomplished was winning. The Suns never made the NBA Finals in this time, and I like to blame this on the cheapness of their owner. Due to Robert Sarver, the Suns made a few questionable decisions that surely impacted their future. So today, we're going to go back to that Suns team and change things up a bit. Correct some mistakes that were made and change this Suns team into a legitimate NBA dynasty. In the 2002 NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns held the 9th pick and selected Amar'e Stoudemire, a future all-star and perfect pick-and-roll partner for Steve Nash. However, what most people forget is that the Suns also held the 22nd pick in this draft, given to them by Boston. Now, the Suns originally selected Casey Jacobsen with this pick, but we are going to change things up. So with the 22nd pick, we select Tayshaun Prince, a perfect glue guy for our future dynasty. And with that, we are going to fast forward past the 2002 season to the 2003 NBA draft, as the Suns' record does not change despite the change in draft selection. The 2003 NBA draft originally saw the Suns make another mistake. Again, we're in the business of correcting mistakes, so we switch things up and select David West, another great glue guy and valuable asset. And so the 2003 season comes and goes, bringing the Suns a few extra wins in the process. Which brings us to the 2004 NBA draft. In the original draft, the Suns held the 7th pick but traded it away. This was the first instance where the cheapness of their owner, Robert Sarver, really came into play, as all the Suns received back in this deal was a future first that was going to be worse than this pick and money. Luckily for me, I now own this team, and I see the value of not trading away future assets. So we keep this pick. Due to the fact that our new Suns won a few extra games this year, we moved down to the 9th spot in the draft, and look, that's where Andre Iguodala was taken. Let's draft him. In the original 2004 offseason, the Suns signed both Steve Nash and Quinton Richardson. We of course are going to still sign Nash, as our future dynasty revolves around the revolutionary play of this future MVP. With that said, we are also not going to sign Quinton Richardson, as the Suns originally gave him $42 million that we are going to just spend elsewhere. And so, leading into the 2005 season, the Phoenix Suns already find themselves absolutely stacked. Improving on an already impressive record, the Suns win 64 games and again are matched up against the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. Again, the Suns are overmatched. However, the future looks extremely bright in the desert. Throughout the history of the NBA draft, it is rare for teams to find value in the second round. It happens, but it's rare. With that said, the Suns did find value in the second round of the 2005 draft, taking Marcin Gortat. Of course, the original front office traded this pick to save a few bucks. Gortat is an awesome backup center, so we're going to keep him. After the 2005 draft, the original Phoenix Suns made the biggest mistake they could possibly make. They allowed Joe Johnson, a future all-star and core piece of their team, sign with the Hawks as a restricted free agent. In order to keep Joe, and in the process not lose a key member of their franchise, all they had to do was match the contract. And so before we continue, I know some of you are thinking that the Suns only let Joe Johnson go because he was so mad at the team, which is a good excuse to make, because in reality, the Suns lowballed Joe Johnson. They didn't offer him as much as he was worth, and that insulted him. And due to feeling slighted by the front office, Joe Johnson said, "I don't want to be here anymore." And so then the Suns shipped him to Atlanta. So yeah, we don't lowball Joe and instead pay him what he's worth. A crazy concept, I know. And with that, we have put in place a team that will dominate the NBA for the next few years. Just look at this lineup. Our starters are Steve Nash, Joe Johnson, Tayshaun Prince, Shawn Marion, and Amar'e Stoudemire. Off the bench, we have Leandro Barbosa, Raja Bell, David West, and Marcin Gortat. Not only is this roster stacked, but it's also very versatile. If we want to go small, we start Shawn Marion at power forward. If we want to go big, we move Marion or Prince to the bench and start West at the 4, or even start Gortat at the 5 and move Amar'e down to the 4. This lineup is talented, flexible, and is surely a championship contender for the rest of the decade. And so there you have it. With just a few moves, the Suns would become a legitimate NBA dynasty. They would go from a team that was really fun to watch to a team that struck fear in every single NBA franchise. And I know when I've done this in the past, I've actually simulated the finals to see what would happen, but in this situation, I just don't think that's the right thing to do. Instead, just looking at their new roster and what the original Suns accomplished, I think the Suns would have a very good chance at winning the 2007 and 2010 NBA championships, and would certainly also be a strong contender in 2008 and 2009, which means the Suns could have won 2 titles under Steve Nash. Add that to his 2 MVPs, and is he a top 12 player of all time? And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this and just a whole bunch of basketball videos. Check out the channel. There's a lot of stuff going on. And this video was done because of a poll I did on Twitter. So follow me at Mike Kors and you could have a say in one of the next videos. And as always, have an awesome day, guys.